guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share today with you my 5-star predictions. So I have avoided doing this video for like a year and a half. I don't know. Whenever Mercedes first started or talked about it, and then it became like caught on like wildfire across BookTube, I was like, I don't know that I'll ever do a video like that. Mostly because I don't feel like I'm really all that good at predicting what I'm going to think is a 5-star read, and honestly I'm such a mood reader that my mood can dictate whether something is a 5-star or a 4-star. So yeah, this has always been something that I was like, I don't know if I'll make that, but I decided that I would give it a try just because I'm curious to see how well I know my own tastes. I have found it really funny when people do these and then they're completely wrong, and I find it equally as interesting when people do them and they are completely right, and I'm kind of impressed because while I think these are going to be 5-star reads, I'm not 100% sure they will be, and I will be interested to see where they fall. So let's get started. So the first book is one by an author that I have only read one book, and it was a really tiny little short story collection, but I'm pretty sure I gave the short story collection 5 stars, which is kind of astounding for me because I don't usually give 5 stars to short story collections because there's usually 1 or 2 stories that super drop the rating. But I was so in love with this author's writing, and I remember when I first heard about this book, I was like, I have to read that. And then I got it for Christmas, I think 2 years ago. It could even be three years ago. So it's been sitting on my shelf for like 3 years, 2 years, something like that. And I still haven't read it, but I'm dying to read it. And that is I Refuse by Per Peterson. So this is a translated book. I believe, let me check. Yeah, so it's translated from Norwegian, and I have been really interested in this book. It is basically the story of 2 boys who were they were really close as children, and then something happened and they are no longer close, and it's telling their story, I guess, kind of bringing them back together or something like that. Something happens, I'm not sure. I think I even read the first chapter of this in a try a chapter tag, loved it, but then I loved another book more. So yeah, I am really looking forward to reading this one, and if I love this as much as I think I'm going to, then I'm definitely going to pick up more by this author in the future. The next one feels like the safest bet out of all of these because it is the first book in the second trilogy by this author in the same sort of world. And that's Before the Chaos by K.B. Wager. So this is the first book in the Farian War trilogy. So it's the second trilogy to the Indranan War trilogy, which followed Hail Bristol. And those books were so good, so kick-ass. And I'm pretty sure I gave all 3 of those 5-star. And I really cannot see how I would give this anything less than 5 stars. It's been getting great reviews from people who've read it, and just it follows Hail Bristol again. It's a sci-fi just fun romp, and I'm looking really forward to getting into this. I cannot believe I haven't read this so far, but this is the one that I feel sure is going to be a 5-star read. And the next one is one I recently hauled, which was from my The Broke and the Bookish Secret Santa unboxing, which I'll link above. But this is a book that's been on my radar for quite a long time, ever since I read Dragon Springs Road by Janie Chang, and this is 3 Souls by Janie Chang, and this is supposed to be kind of like a haunting, captivating read, and it's set in 1930s China, which setting alone I'm excited about, and it's about a woman who basically is, like, she's died and she's watching her own funeral and trying to figure out why she hasn't been permitted to go on to the afterlife. And then there are these 3 souls that are basically telling her she has to make amends. And so it's kind of got these flashback things. I've seen phenomenal reviews from this. People who just absolutely adore this. I loved her first one, which actually I think got kind of mixed reviews. So the fact that this one's getting such amazing reviews and I already loved her writing, I am super excited to get into this one. It kind of makes me think of the Ghost Bride a little bit in kind of the otherworldliness of it. So I'm just really excited, and I think this one's going to be 5 stars. And the last one is my most hesitant prediction, and that is Emma by Jane Austen. So I have 2 Jane Austen books left to read, Mansfield Park and Emma. I fully do not expect to enjoy Mansfield Park because I started it at one point and then put it down because I was just not into it. That was several years ago, probably 7 or 8 years ago. And this one, however, I have heard nothing but good things about, and it's often people say this is their favorite Jane Austen. So I have been saving it for last. So I'm going to read Mansfield Park probably early this year, and then this is going to be the last one that I read. And I think that this is probably going to be one of my favorite Jane Austens, if not my favorite, just because everybody else seems to love it so much. I believe Emma is like a matchmaker or something. I'm not really sure. I don't know a whole lot about it, honestly, but I've enjoyed probably, I would say, 60% of Jane Austen's books. There are ones that I don't love as much, and there are ones that I really love, so I'm hoping that this one will fall into the really love category. So that is it. Those are my 5-star predictions. Not that many, but like I said, I feel hesitant about this process in the first place. I am hoping to kind of read these throughout next year, hopefully earlier. Like I said, Emma will probably be the last of these that I get to, but I am hoping to read these pretty early in the year, and once I do, I will update you guys on how well I predicted my thoughts on these. So yes, so give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have done a 5-star predictions, I would love to see your videos down below, or your reactions, or how you did on previous 5-star predictions, because I really love watching these, even though this is the first one that I've made, because again, like I said, so interesting to see how people know their own tastes. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!